Good evening, my beautiful collective. I hope you're having a wonderful day. What's up, collective? You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, collective. Whew. Let's get a message from the angels for y'all. How you feeling? How you feeling? Woo, God protects me and God fights my battles. No weapon formed in spirit or physical against me shall prosper. I'm highly favored and protected from all evil, as is my beautiful collective. Collective, what's going on? Let's ask the angels. What guidance are you getting? Y'all, I'm sitting here. I'm being drawn to go pull another deck out, okay? Let me shuffle this, and then we'll go get that deck. Ask the angels. Spirit, what message do you have? This is like spiritual guidance. Any of y'all needing a little bit of spiritual guidance? Ask your angel type energy here, folks. So, while we're waiting, think of a question or a situation you're pondering, and hopefully you can get some clarity on it, okay? I'll be right back. Sweet Jesus, collective. What the hell is that deck? Uh-oh. I was drawn to this one. That's interesting. I'm going to have to look for that deck. I'm going to have to look for that deck, collective. 248 when I come back. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So, this is, you better stop. Look and listen. Some of y'all need to pay attention. This is about your stability. This could be your foundation being rocked. This could also be you letting go of something that had a major hold on you. Okay? That Ace of Pentacles there in reverse. But you see, that's also kind of like the all-seeing eye of God as well. So, for some of you, this is, you need to be paying as much attention to what you got going on right now. This is like going in deep. What is your foundation about? Are you just solely based on the physical, the material, things, possessions? Because some of you, maybe that's the issue that you're having, the holdup that you're having. If you're focused more on the tangible instead of building a strong heart, a strong character foundation, doing the healing work you need to, that could be what's blocking any advancements in your money as far as maybe achieving your goals. 9 of Wands in reverse. This is, you're going to have to release your hold on something that is, this feels like an embodiment of too strong a hold on material things. Too strong a hold on things that are fleeting, really. Anything on earth is fleeting, right? It deteriorates over time. This is the energy of This is going to sound fucked up for some of y'all. This is the energy of focusing on creating a life that's almost like a cockroach that could survive about anything. You know what I mean? They're not a very... No one wants a cockroach in their life, right? But they can survive a lot of shit. But it's the shell that they carry around them, right? It's that kind of protective shell. And they take what they have with them, right? So this is focusing on your knowledge. It's not so much about the physical things that you have, but it's about the intellectual knowledge that you know. It's about your character. It's about your heart, how you love, how you think, how you navigate the world. Things that you can take with you that are always going to be within you, right? And Nine of Wands is understanding that when you possess the knowledge and the skills, and you know you can handle any situation, no matter what comes, you're like that cockroach, right? You know when to do what you need to do. It's sometimes it's that survival of the fittest, right? You can adapt to situations. You can adapt. This is about adaptability, but some of you could have a very strong hold on something physical around you that is basically what's keeping you from understanding your strength. This is like your strength card. Understanding your strength, your ability. That you can actually have your guard down enough because you know how to navigate. It's all about navigating. Queen of Swords in reverse. Navigating in silence as well. You know, the Queen of Swords is that negative energy only if you want to let it be, right? There's a time to be a bitch and there's a time you just work in silence, right? This is that... This is just silence. You're working in silence. You're doing what you're doing in silence. This is like healing work, right? Cockroaches scatter when the lights come on, right? So they know how to handle their situation. They work silently, quietly in the background. They do what they need to do. Y'all, I swear all these cards are not in reverse. So this is something that could be a stagnant in your life for a reason. Because you haven't quite caught on to what Spirit is trying to teach you. Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, expect there to be changes that kind of facilitate this process. Some of y'all, it's going to be a nice little wake-up call to get you to understand, okay, it's when that light switch comes on and you got to go scurrying. Some of y'all are afraid that light switch is going to come on. This is, you didn't know your own strength. I didn't know my own strength. But I kicked down the god of, but I did not crumble. Da 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 da. I didn't know my own strength. Yeah, Whitney Houston. I didn't know my own strength. Some of y'all don't even know your own fucking strength. You are so. It's like you're so fixated on whatever you use as a physical sort of pacifier, comfort, that you're not trusting you have the ability within you. If you were stripped of everything physical, you have everything you need within you to do and create what you need to create. It's that beautiful energy, right? You're not your possessions at the end of the day. You're not your possessions. This is really going in and understanding who you are, what your heart's about, how you love, how you think, how you operate, your ability to adapt, your ability to take situations, no matter what the fuck they are, and find the positive and find a way to work within. A lot of it is working within the parameters that you're given. You know, at any point in time, you have everything you need to do what you need to do. Some people hold up, oh, well, I can't do that because I don't have this. I can't do that because I don't have that. Now, that don't mean, you know, oh, I want a new car. I can't have a new car because I ain't got no money. No, I'm talking about the basics you need to survive. Okay? Some of you can walk where you need to go until you get a vehicle, right? I'm talking about the lifeblood of things, right? If you were left with nothing but the shirt on your back, you would be able to move forward. It's understanding that strength, that resilience, that ability to it is surpassing the physical. You know, things are just things, objects. They're just objects, right? They can make your life good, and sometimes they just hinder you, right? Be careful what you own, because what you own owns you. It's that simple. Sometimes what presents as a security can also be what is actually that monkey on your back at the same time. This is that understanding you can navigate any situation that you're put into. A lot of you, your situations, when you really break them down, and one of these days you're going to be able to, because we've got the Page of Swords, and I think this is that one of these days you're going to be able to kind of look back on your life almost in like a third-party sense. You're going to be able to take your situation and look at it and kind of see it from the perspective of almost a case study. You're going to be able to see, and you're going to be like, oh, okay, so that made sense. That made, okay, you know, why you did what you did. I love that quote from Joan Rivers. She did what she had to do to get through what she had to get through, and there you go. We know how her story ended, right? The woman went on to be a great success. She worked, what, 2 years just paying off a contract that she had signed, that her husband had fucked her over on, right? Joan Rivers, awesome life story there, guys. Whether you liked her as a comedian or her character, however it goes, she was a survivor. And she took a shitty situation and turned it to her benefit. And yeah, selling the big-ass necklaces and jewelry on QVC, but damn it, we know what she was worth when she went in the ground. But she also knew what it was like to not have a fucking thing. That's the importance. What would you do if you were stripped of nothing? Could you get it back? Could you survive any situation you were put in? Are you a survivor or not? A lot of you are. You're just really held on to these material possessions. Jesus was a carpenter, so you know what? He knew anywhere he landed, he could build him a house. What skills do you have that help you cope in any situation that you're put in? I'm telling you guys to MacGyver shit. You have everything you need right now at your disposal to do what you need to do. No, it's not going to necessarily be laid out in exactly what the hell you need, but it's around you. You can use it. Because once you learn to use what's around you, you're not going to waste a lot of things in order to get what you need. You're going to be more resourceful. If you're restricted on money, okay, what do you have around you? If you're hungry, you need something to eat, what do you have in the cupboard, right? You make do with what the fuck you got. With your life, everything. This is surpassing the need for all this physical accoutrements that we all want. All the things that we think make our life easier, but usually we just become enslaved by. Page of Swords. That's you understanding that with the Strength card. And a lot of you are getting past that. You know, you have to be put in certain situations to realize just how strong you are. You know, you can, it's that energy of, you could say, oh, I know what the hell I'd do if I was in that situation. You know, those that watch the Survivor shows and shit like that. Oh, what, I know what I'd do if I was in that situation, until you're in that situation. And then what are you going to do? When reality sets in, right? What would you do? I told you, that's why I learned how to knit watching them Survivor shows. Because I was thinking, if you were stuck in a situation like that, how the fuck you gonna carry shit? Knitting was the smartest thing. Because it's like, all you need is 2 sticks, and then there's always vines, right? And the concept of knitting could be done by hand. You could finger weave it, right? So that's why I taught myself how to knit. And y'all don't do nothing fancy. It's just basic knit and purl. But it's a concept that could be used in a survival situation. Not that I ever see myself in one, but every time I watch them shows, I'm thinking, how the fuck are you going to carry shit? At least that way you can have a sack to carry what the hell you gathered, right? If you come across a fruit tree, you could carry a shit ton of fruit with you instead of having to keep running back and forth. Thinking smarter, not harder. You know, I was flipping through, watching a video, and it was, the title of the video was, if you want to find an easy way to do a hard job, put the laziest person you know doing it. Because if there's an easy way to do it, the laziest person you know is going to figure out how to do it. And that made a lot of sense, right? This is also learning to trust your faith. Your ability to just trust that you're going to be able to do what you need to do when you need to do it. Death in reverse. That's that stagnation energy. That's that Scorpio. That's when you get too caught up in your emotions that you're unable to move, right? When your emotions take over and you kind of freeze and you're like, fuck. You're being asked to look into that. Cockroach energy, though. And, y'all, it isn't a pleasant thing. No one wants cockroaches. No one wishes cockroaches on anybody, right? But look, like they said, they're very adaptable. They'd probably be the one thing that could survive, right? A lot of you are being taught to be strong, how to be survivors in the world. Because what you learn, you're going to be able to help others, right? People who can handle things under stress are the ones that help out those that are going to freak the fuck out. Because a lot of y'all know people that freak the fuck out, right? When shit gets a little real, these people are fucking just, they're falling the fuck apart. A lot of you are learning your own strength. And you're learning that adaptability. Because when you're adaptable, no situation is going to make you feel unsafe. No situation is going to make you feel insecure. You're going to be able to navigate because you're automatically going to go into survival mode. You're going to be looking and thinking and wondering what you need to do, and you're going to be able to do it. And a lot of you are going to be able to help other people as well, right? You're going to be the facilitators. This is like a group effort. These are the leaders. This is leadership quality. A good leader is adaptable. A good leader takes and uses what they have at hand in order to do what they need to do, right? A good leader can tell other people what to do. There's a, leader gets thrown around way too fucking much. There's a lot of people that use that term and get that term put with them that they are not leaders by no stretch of the fucking definition of the word. A true leader does. A true leader shows by action. A true leader can actually do what needs to be done. Just because someone has that fucking title doesn't mean they know what the fuck they're doing. True leaders. Spiritual leaders, right? You're always protected. In the Bible, right? When Jesus said, do what I tell you to do, you're going to be protected. When they listened, they were protected. A lot of you, you're getting taught that. You're going to be provided for. You got to have faith and trust. A lot of this is leadership energy. True leadership. Not fucking people that want to wear that title but don't know what the fuck they're doing. Knight of Cups. You lead with love and compassion. Yes, that is possible. You can be a leader, but you operate from a heart space, a loving, kindness space. You lead with love and kindness. You lead from a pure heart. You lead to help others grow. You lead to provide, protection and love and a safe environment. High Priestess in reverse. A lot of you, this is understanding that. This is understanding that. It's that hidden gift. It's that hidden talent that you have that you don't realize is a freaking talent. It's a talent. It's a gift. People in the medical industry, medical field, able to do what they do. That is a gift. That is a talent. Hunters and gatherers, right? We need to have hunters in instances where you need someone to go out and get food, right? It's a gift. People have different gifts that they're able to bring. And a lot of people don't realize, or they don't see what they bring to the table as necessarily being a gift. The Tower in reverse. This is what avoids them tower situations. This is what avoids people falling the fuck apart in situations. When you know that you can handle anything that is sent your way with grace, dignity, and an open, kind, loving heart, there ain't nothing that's going to shake you. There ain't no situation that's going to stump you. This is that true leader quality, which, like I said, that word gets thrown around by so many, and so many people want to have that title, but they do not even know what the fuck it's about. True leaders lead by example. True leaders know what the fuck they're doing. True leaders are in there doing the work, and they lead with compassion. They're able to do what they need to do. And this is just the ones that's able to come in and do what needs to be done and set up what needs to be set up in order to facilitate ease and make people feel more at home, make people feel comfortable, right? We all know there's cockroach mommy, daddies, and babies, okay? I know, y'all, that analogy is crazy as fuck, but it's a survival instinct. Your adaptability is what controls situations from being tumultuous to being easy peasy. Yeah, it might make you think. You might be scratching your head and scratching your ass, wondering what the hell to do, but you're going to figure it out. You're not going to panic. You're not going to give up too easily. You're not going to allow circumstances to keep you stuck. Page of Cups. You do it out of love. You show. This is teaching your children. This is teaching your children to operate in that heart space, that mindset. 5 of Cups in reverse. No sorrow. You understand that things are the way they are for a reason. Faith and trust in God, right? Everything happens for a reason. You got to learn. If situations hurt, there's a lesson there. It's not always a nice lesson. It's not always a comfortable lesson, but there's a lesson there, right? And love don't hurt. Some of y'all here. Oh, that was the 2 of Cups. Excuse me. Yeah, love. Love don't hurt. Some of y'all gonna realize that. Love shouldn't hurt. Don't teach your kids that. Toxic partnerships, toxic love. That's what you teach your kids. A lot of you are healing from that toxic energy you were taught growing up, right? 4 Swords. That's healing. Healing from the heartbreak, but growing stronger from it. That leadership energy, right? Not everybody that's supposed to be a leader or a figure you look up to in your life actually knows what the fuck they're doing. So, you know, you're at the mercy of their capabilities. And not everybody that has that title or has that position in your life actually knows what the fuck they're doing. A lot of y'all just product of shitty leadership, right? But you're going to learn how to navigate. Some of you are natural born leaders. You've just never realized it. Your hidden gifts, the things you do that you don't think about, are actually your hidden gifts and talents. That's going to help. Because as long as you know that you possess the skills to do whatever you need to do, you're like that fucking cockroach. You're going to survive anything. Okay, you're going to be able to survive anything. You got that strong outer protective shell around you that's going to help you out. It's like what it even, they're even like immune to radiation and shit. So you're going to be protective. You're going to be able to adapt to situations. You're going to be able to navigate. And you're going to navigate with a loving, kind heart. Because a lot of you, that's what you're meant to do. Those that are good with organizing things. Those that are good with keeping track of things. We all got gifts and talents. Just because it's not singing or dancing doesn't mean it isn't a gift or a talent, okay? Everyone's got a talent. It just shows up in different ways. Where are we at? 2401. Well, I couldn't find the deck I was looking for, which is pretty interesting. I don't know where the fuck it got to. So let's just pull some cards from this little deck. I said a few cards. Well, fuck. Let's take it. It's a book. Bottom of the deck is Adventure. Adventure. Look at that. Being able to go out there and have fun. And not look at things as being... your hardships, anything you come into contact with, anything that tends to bring an issue into your life, you're able to look at it from an explorer's point of view. right? Okay, it's a new terrain. It's a new topography. It's a new situation. Okay, well, let's just figure this out. Those of you that like sci-fi, right? Dream as big as you want. Divine masculine energy here. That's one part angel. That's the other part warrior, right? You're able to navigate from a heart space and from a sensible space, right? That equal head over heart. Temperance energy again. The lover, Yamaya, responsibility, sexuality, and Kuan Yin. The lover here, this lover is by themselves. This is giving to yourself. This is learning to love yourself. This is being free and unencumbered, right? Just like Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Getting in touch with your emotions as well. Yamaya. Pisces energy here, 2 fishies. Look like them fish are dropping like pearls or something in her hand, right? This is learning to use your environment that you're in to find the golden opportunities, to find the things that you can use for your own good, right? This is always thinking too, always thinking. You got that that aura of yeah, it's like them what do they call them in the sea that just picks the food, plankton that floats around? Corals. You're all the time taking in information. You're all the time facilitating. All the time looking and figuring out how to use what is around you. Right? Y'all see that? Looks like them fishy there are dropping pearls in her hand. This is like owning your environment, owning your situation. Figuring out how to use what's around you. That's MacGyvering energy as well, y'all. Responsibility. But not hurting anything around you. Being respectful of what is around you. Being respectful of the land. Being respectful of the fauna, the wildlife, right? Sexuality and Kuan Yin. A lot of you, this is getting into who you are. This is finding your sexual power. Okay, a lot of you when it comes to relationships, now let's just be honest. If you fall in love whenever you fuck, then you need to figure out this. Okay, there's nothing wrong with being a sexual person, but just because you get off doesn't mean it equals love, okay? Let's just be honest. You've got to understand your sexual needs, desires, and how that all kind of factors into everything. But sometimes sex is just sex. This is a growing opportunity. Kuan Yin there. You see as that flower opens, understanding. This is understanding your sexuality for some of you. And though that doesn't mean gay or straight, that just means you're understanding who you are as a sexual being. Okay? When you meet your perfect match, you're gonna, you're both gonna be sexually aware of each other. That's that aspect of a relationship is a whole nother fucking concept, okay? A true divine relationship, not just some quick little shag in the back of a Chevy thinking that things are, oh, look, they love me, right? I'm talking about the real reality. But first, you got to be able to understand you and how you operate. For a lot of you, that's the kinks, right? There's so much kink out there. There's a psychology behind all the kinks, okay? They go from one place to another. There's a psychology around it. Some of y'all figure out what your fucking kinks are and what's the psychology around it. You know, a lot of people got all up in the S&M with the 50 Shades of Grey book, but that's all about trust. So you have motherfuckers that didn't trust each other, tying each other up, which that right there is a whole fucking mess in and of itself. The whole point of S&M is trusting who the hell's tying you up, that when you say that safe word, they're going to stop. That's the kink behind S&M, y'all. You know, the bondage, all that stuff. It's knowing that whoever you're in that relationship with is going to respect your safe word and help you kind of reach your boundaries. A lot of you, that's understanding your sexual kinks, okay? Becoming a part of who your sexual self is. That's sexual awakening. It goes far deeper than what a lot of people think. It is what it is, but people just scratch the fucking surface on this. When it's so easy, and really, it's gotten to the point nowadays with sex that it's just that quick, you know, fix, and no one really dives into the true meaning of it, what it's all about, who they are sexually, as a sexual person. Yeah, grief in reverse. When you don't understand your sexual language, I keep telling you all, if you're one that fucks and falls in love, then you need to address that and figure out why you equate sex with love. Okay? This is a learning lesson. It is what it is, guys. Sex is great, right? But there's so much shit that can fuck up and come into that situation that just fucks everything else up, right? You got to understand yourself on a sexual level. Opportunity in reverse. What did I say? If you know sex is what fucks you up, then you need to not have sex with people and think that it's love. Sex doesn't equal love. There's a big difference. You can be a sexual person, but that doesn't equal an emotionally caring situation or partnership. You can't build a relationship just on how good it is in the fucking bedroom. You got to know your needs, how you operate, what you're about. Some of y'all go in and really study what the fuck your kinks are. What's the psychology behind that? Because you know what? Go on there and look. There are psychologists that study that and can break it down for you. If you don't understand it, someone out there has studied it, okay? What's the psychology around your kink? Because that right there could help a lot of you understand your sexual nature. This is grown-up talk about sex. It's more than just the kink. What's the psychology around it? Because that could bring a lot of clarity to you. If you fucking fall in love, then you need to figure out why the hell you equate sex with just love, right? Because it's two different things. It's apples and oranges. And a lot of you, this is setting your ass down. Maybe you're going to be celibate for a little while. When God wants your ass to be celibate, you're going to be celibate, okay? You ain't going to have much choice in the matter. There's a lesson to be learned. Some of you understanding, and yes, some of you, it's understanding your kinks. If you didn't realize there's psychology around it, look that shit up, you guys. That could help you in your healing process. That could help you understand a lot of the decisions that you make. That could help you understand your choice in toxic partners. That could help you understand why you do the things you do, how you do the things you do, why you equate certain things in that sort of sexual nature, right? There's psychology around it. If you don't know, look it up. Y'all remember Miss Dr. Ruth? We don't really have a Dr. Ruth for nowadays, do we? Those of us growing up in the 80s and 90s, we knew Dr. Ruth, right? You don't have that, but you have so many options out there. People see so much from a sexual standpoint that it's like they get it misconstrued. They don't understand. And Jesus Christ, the kink porn out there, your kinks are going to be linked to an issue you need to work on. You need to realize where they come from. Some of y'all need to address that in order to get the healing that you need. This is a grown-up sex talk, y'all. It is. This ain't slut-shaming. This is, you got to understand, right? Opportunity and grief. Sometimes you need to step back from it. Stop till you figure out. That's part of the emotional journey as well. That's part of your emotional healing as well. Whether you believe it or not. Your kinks, what you do sexually, how you come about that. is very strongly related to psychology. So some of y'all, look it up. Look up your kink. Figure out where psychologists say it stems from. Understand that. It could help you in the grieving process. It could help you in that resolution. It could help you find clarity that you need. Plus, you might actually figure out ways to make it work to your benefit. Like I said, S&M, bondage is great, but it's about trust. That's about fucking trust, y'all. If you ain't trusting a person, how you gonna let them fucking tie your ass up? Jesus Christ, that's a... You trust that the person's going to stop when you say the safe word. So, obviously, there's some sexual education that needs to go on. People need to really look at themselves sexually and realize where that stems from. 3553 when I said that. Mirroring energy. 88. Right? It's all a part of who you are. And understanding who you are and how you operate. And for some of you, that's an issue you could look into, which could help open up doors to get clarity to your situation. A lot of you are celibate here. That grief in reverse, that opportunity, dealing with that sexuality card. Because you need to. You need to figure out what the fuck is up. If you can do the nastiest of the nastiest with somebody, but not have a decent one-on-one conversation and even know what the hell they like, what they're about, what their religion is, what their political views are, maybe you need to ask yourself why. What is the need for that instant gratification? Y'all look it up. Some psychologist has wrote a book or done a study on it. There's an essay out there somewhere. Because that's the one thing, as we have gotten more sexual in the world, we don't have a modern-day Dr. Ruth. We don't have a person that is out there physically talking about this and helping people understand this. But you have access to some of the nastiest porn out there and fetishes than ever before. But no, we don't have a Dr. Ruth out there. We don't have that figure anymore that people can go to get some understanding. They swept that in under the rug, right? The one thing they should be preaching more on and putting out there, because, you know, it's not like back in the day when you just hid your dirty magazines, right? Now kids have access to that shit on their fucking phone. And they have access to some nasty shit, but ain't no one talking about that. No, we ain't talking about that, are we? Because we don't have a Dr. Ruth character out there. So some of y'all, look into your fetishes. That's going to help you in your healing. Some of y'all, that could help actually bring you closer to a partner. If you find the right person, exploring that side, because that's a whole nother arena to explore in a committed relationship, to actually take it to the next level, to keep boredom from sinking in there. There's so much, but it's getting down to the basics, y'all. It's getting back to the basics. It's understanding you can navigate. And a lot of you are on this journey where you're going to be learning so much. That's beautiful right there. I hope you all see the beauty in that. Right? Some of y'all looking into your kinks and understanding your sexual side. Why you do, what your fantasies are, what they represent on a psychological level. Woo! That is beautiful, folks. You can ring my bell, ring my bell, ring-a-ling-a-ling. It all comes down to the more you get that self-mastery, the more you understand who you are, how you operate, how you navigate, the hidden gifts and talents that you have, how that makes you able to be adaptable in situations. It makes you a better person. It makes you a better leader. It makes you better able to help. It makes you better able to navigate your life, your situations. regardless of what they are. You know, no matter where you end up, no matter where you land on your 2 feet, or if some of you off, you fall on your ass, and that's how you get there, right? You know you're going to be able to pick yourself up and get your bearings, and you're going to be able to prosper. You're going to be able to make do with what you have and make it work and actually come out ahead in the situation, right? Where's that? She's figuring out how to get pearls on the damn fishes. Y'all see that? Like that fish is just coming up and giving her precious gifts. You're going to be able to do that. That coral on her head, being able to gather the information that you need, knowing that there's always abundance around if you're willing to look for it. You're never going to be stranded. You're never really going to be out there on your own, naked, afraid, and alone. You're always going to be able to provide for yourself and always feel protected. But a lot of it, even with that lover, I know a lot of you are being forced to be celibate. You're celibate. And there's a reason for that. You've got to understand yourself sexually. And seriously, folks, you know, we're not afraid to discuss that here. Whatever kinks you got going on, understanding there's a psychological reasoning behind it. Okay? Any good dominatrix will explain that shit to you. There is a psychology around the kink. Some of you all, look it up. That could help you. That could actually, yes, that could actually help you be a better person. That could help you understand yourself, to help unlock you and keep you from being stuck and stagnant and having any hang-ups. This is self-mastery, y'all. Self-mastery. That's what Spirit wants to bring in for a lot of us. But we got to be open. And just remember, you can MacGyver the shit out of any situation. If you believe you can, okay? Peace, love, and light, collective.